We're in the module 1, next topic. So, construction and working of a nickel metal hydride batteries. In the previous classes, we started with the battery technology and we discussed about the classification of batteries, where we discussed the primary, secondary and reserve batteries. Okay. After that, we have in our syllabus construction and working of a modern batteries. Okay. Under modern batteries, we have a nickel metal hydride battery. Okay, and we have a lithium batteries. Under lithium batteries, we will be discussing about the lithium ion batteries. Okay, so in this session, we will be discussing about the construction and working of a nickel metal hydride battery. Okay, I told you nickel metal hydride battery comes under a case of a modern batteries. What are these modern batteries? Like we already discussed the primary batteries. Okay, they cannot be recharged and reused. So secondary batteries came. Secondary batteries can be recharged and reused. In that also there are many varieties of batteries are there. Okay, depending on the electrolyte used, that is acid batteries. Example is a lead acid battery, and alkaline storage cells came into existence. Okay, alkaline storage cells example is a nickel cadmium battery. Okay, and then these are modern batteries. Modern batteries in the sense, for one of the active components, more place will be given. Okay, one of the active components, more place will be given, so that they will be giving a more efficiency. They will be giving more efficient or larger powers they will be giving. In the case of zinc air battery, okay, zinc air battery, the anodic component is the anodic component or cathodic components will be there, that very well. Okay, zinc will be used at anode, and at cathode air will be used. Okay, air is not stored in the battery. Okay, the air or oxygen is directly utilized from the atmosphere. So for the cathodic component, there is no place is required. No need to store the air in the battery. It will be directly used from the atmosphere. So there is a large amount of place for the zinc electrode. So they will be giving a larger efficiencies. Okay, so these are called as a modern batteries. And here the second type of the modern battery is a nickel metal hydride battery. Okay, here you should remember one thing, one clue. It is useful for complete battery for rating the reactions and all. Okay, you just have to remember there is an easy adsorption and desorption of hydrogen. There is an easy adsorption and desorption of hydrogen. Okay, that is the reaction here. Very simple. Okay, here the metal hydride is used. You know what is metal hydride? No? Any metal when it is reacted with the acids, no, usually it will be liberating a metal hydride, lithium hydride, magnesium hydride, excuse me, lithium hydride, magnesium hydride, calcium hydride, etc. Okay, so nickel metal hydride, that is metal hydride is a binary compound formed by the union of hydrogen and other elements. Batteries are similar to nickel cadmium battery, but they are less toxic and offer higher capacities. Nickel metal hydride batteries have a high self-discharge rate and are relatively expensive to purchase. Okay, they will be giving higher efficiencies, no doubt in it, but it may be costlier compared to the other batteries. We can call this battery as a modified version of a nickel cadmium battery. Nickel cadmium battery is an example for alkaline storage cells. Okay, secondary batteries example, alkaline battery. Okay, so in place of the cadmium, metal hydride is used here. Okay, so these batteries are considered to be less toxic. Okay, cadmium is not good for any of the living things, right? It is toxic. Okay, so compared to the nickel cadmium batteries, these batteries are less toxic. Fine. Okay, here the rechargeable battery, it consists of a active materials, nickel oxyhydride at cathode. Okay, whereas a highly porous nickel substrate is impregnated with a nickel oxyhydride, and at anode it consists of a porous structure of a metal hydride. I told you what is metal hydride. Okay, metal when it reacts with any of the acids, it will be giving metal hydride. Metal which reacts with hydrogen also will be giving rise to metal hydride. Okay, that metal hydride here, it is coated with a AB2 and AB5 type of alloys. Very important. When you are explaining, you must write this AB2 and AB5 type of alloys, then only you will be getting a full marks here. Okay, metal hydride is coated with a AB2 or AB5 types of alloys. That means, generally, like for example, see AB5 alloy, LaNi5, 1 mole of La and 5 moles of nickel. Okay, that's called as AB5 types of alloys. Here no, in this alloys the generally used metals are zirconium, chromium, cobalt, manganese, etc. Which helps in easy adsorption and desorption of hydrogen. Please to remember, which helps in easy adsorption and desorption of hydrogen. That's very simple. What is the meaning of this? Easy removal and easy addition of hydrogen. Okay, easy adsorption and desorption of hydrogen. In nickel metal hydride batteries, a smaller area of a negative electrode and large volume of the positive electrodes are used, which results in a higher capacity and a longer life for these batteries. As I told you in the beginning, the advantages of these batteries are one of the active components. For one of the active components, large volume will be given. So what happens? There will be obviously will be giving a large amount of the efficiencies. Fine. Construction. In the battery there will also be a synthetic separator like a polypropylene membrane. Okay, this is to separate the anodic and cathodic compartments. Okay, and generally the non-woven materials will be used as a separator that separates the two electrodes, anodes and cathode. Okay, and which also behaves as a medium for the electrolyte. Okay, and the electrolyte used here is a aqueous KOH, potassium hydroxide, and a sealing plate serves as a safety vent. Okay, it will be, the battery will be completely sealed with safety ventilation. In batteries the main thing is safety ventilation must be there. Otherwise what will happen? Inside the batteries, due to the redox reaction, sometimes some of the gaseous products will be formed. If there is no safety ventilation, the pressure will be built up inside and there are chances for the explosion to occur. Okay, so to avoid this, always there must be a safety vent in the batteries. Okay, so in this battery there is a safety vent and the whole battery setup is wrapped with a stainless steel case for a leak proof. Okay, the complete battery is wrapped, okay, sealed with a stainless steel case for leak proof. Okay, when I say it's a stainless steel case, okay, the maintenance will be lesser. Okay, because it is completely sealed, no leakage will be there, so generally the less maintenance will be there. Okay, this is about the diagram. Anode will be there, cathode will be there, anode metal hydride, cathode nickel oxyhydride is there, and at the center electrolyte KOH is there. There will be a nano-woven separator. Okay, both the terminals are connected. This is about the diagram of the nickel metal hydride battery. Okay, coming to the main reactions. Okay, main part of the battery, that is the electrode reactions. Okay, writing 3 reactions, you'll be getting 3 marks. Okay, and here as it is a rechargeable battery, you must write the double arrows. For the forward reaction you have to write discharging, and for the backward reaction you must write recharging. If you write only one side one arrow, okay, like 3 reactions will be expected to write. Okay, so better here only you write discharging and recharging by writing the double arrow. Okay, see here, what's the reaction at anode? MH is there. When it reacts with the hydroxyl ions of the electrolyte, it will be oxidized to M plus H2O plus electron. Okay, removal of H plus 2 plus. Very simple. MH was there, removal of. That's why I told you in the beginning, you have to remember easy adsorption and desorption of hydrogen. See here, easy removal of the hydrogen took place. MH was there, it is oxidized to M with the liberation of electrons and water. Okay, carry the H2O and electron to the next step. At cathode, what is there? Nickel oxyhydride is there. Nickel oxyhydride, by accepting the electron liberated to the anode, okay, it will get reduced to the NiOH twice. Once again, very simple. NiOOH was there, one hydrogen is added and it became NiOH twice. Very, very, very simple. Easy removal of hydrogen in the first step, addition of hydrogen in the second step. Okay, so NiOH is converted into NiOH2. Here it is a reduction. Okay, and the overall reaction will be MH plus NiOH gives a NiOH twice plus M. Okay, H is removed from the metal and it is added to the oxyhydride. That's all you have to remember. Okay, and a typical battery, a simple cell of the nickel metal hydride battery will be giving around 1.35 volts of the energy. Fine. Okay, coming to the advantages part of the battery, they will be having very higher capacities. They will have a long shelf life and cycle lives. Okay, cadmium free, so they are environmentally friendly. Simple storage and transportation is there, and least maintenance. That is, as it is completely wrapped with a stainless steel case. Okay, least maintenance is required. Coming to the disadvantages, okay, limited discharge current will be there, and high self discharge may happen. Okay, and limited service life is there. This is about the disadvantages, few disadvantages of the batteries. And coming to the application part, these batteries are generally used in cellular phones and in emergency services. In electronic power tools it is used. The different application of this battery is the nickel metal hydride battery is generally used in portable electric vehicles. Okay, electric two-wheelers will be there now. Usually in that the metal hydride battery will be used. Okay, this is about the construction and working of the nickel metal hydride battery. The important point to remember here are the anode is a metal hydride, cathode is a nickel oxyhydride, and the electrolyte is a potassium hydroxide. Okay, you have to write a diagram. Okay, anode, cathode separated by separator, and that is also serves for a medium for the electrolyte. Okay, both the terminals are connected. Coming to the cell reactions, MH is there. From MH, H is removed. Okay, so MH is oxidized to M, and in the second step, nickel oxyhydride is there. Nickel oxyhydride is reduced to nickel 2 hydroxide in the second step. So the overall reaction will become MH plus NiOH gives a M plus NiOH twice. Okay, so they will be having least maintenance. Okay, disadvantage is they will be giving the shelf life will not be that much good. Okay, and coming to the applications, the cellular phones, emergency power tools and all are normal applications. Different applications of the battery is peculiar application is it is used in portable electric vehicles. Okay, so this is about the construction and working of a nickel metal hydride battery. Okay, in the next topic we will be meeting with the construction and working of a lithium ion batteries. Thank you.